So I was scrolling through LinkedIn as one does, right? And I stumbled upon something that stopped my scroll. Motto by Hilton just dropped a brand evolution by the team at Watson, and I've got to tell you, this is how you build a visual system. For a long time, Motto felt like it was sitting in that generic lifestyle hotel space, one of those places that has nice soaps and like artwork from Society 6. Watson just brought some real structure and life to the brand, and that's what we're going to look at today. But before we get into it, I'm Ziggy the designer. I'm a graphic designer who's worked alongside some of the world's biggest brands, including United Airlines, Target, and Stanford University. If you like the conversations we're having on this channel, go ahead, do me a favor, support the show by giving this episode a like, leaving a comment down below, and of course, by subscribing. Let's get into it. Design is all around us, so let's talk about it. So what is Motto? Well, Motto is Hilton's micro hotel concept. It's built for urban city explorers, right? The kind of traveler who doesn't want to spend $500 a night to spend their entire day on the property, right? They still want to be in the heart of the action. But here's the problem that Motto, that Hilton has been running into. The original branding was a bit boring, right? It had that, corporate, trying to be cool type of vibe that usually ends up feeling very forced. It didn't quite capture the, street level grit and energy of the cities that these hotels actually live in, right? This is a hotel with properties in Rotterdam, Cusco, and even all the way out in exotic Bentonville, Arkansas, here in the US. Hilton realized that if they wanted to win the lifestyle category, they couldn't just deliver another sub-brand with the big blue H, right? So they brought in Watson, formerly Watson & Co., to fix that. They wanted a refresh that felt unexpected. They needed a brand that could go toe-to-toe with the independent boutiques while still having the operational engine of Hilton behind the brand. So what does this brand refresh look like? Well, let's look at the toolkit. The core of this refresh is a modular grid system. Watson gave them a kit that allows the brand to scale across digital, physical, and environmental spaces without ever feeling repetitive. And it starts with this grid framework. Everything is built on these flexible window-like frames. They can expand, contract, and hold photography or bold typography. It feels kinetic, like you're looking through the windows of a moving train or catching glimpses of a city block as you walk past. It's framed, but never static. Next is the typography, right? We're seeing a mix of energetic, unique display type paired with a clean, utilitarian sans serif in the logo. It's a vehicle for great storytelling. You have the motto wordmark set in that really clean logo type, allowing for the city to display its personality through its own designated type. It's not the Motto Hotel in Nashville, it's Nashville, and that just so happens to be where a Motto Hotel is. And finally, what brings this all together is the art direction. The photo and the video work, it displays youth, it's aspirational, and it gives the feeling of exploring a city for the first time. It all feels catered for this brand, and I mean, it should be, right? It should feel that way. That's what Watson was hired to do. But what do I think? Well, here's my view, right? I absolutely love this. I think too many brands think refreshing means just cleaning up the colors or making tweaks to a logo. I'm looking at you, Walmart. But Watson realized that Motto, they weren't really in need of any logo tweaks. What it needed was a system to communicate the brand. This is system design at its finest. In the past, a hotel brand would just slap a logo on, towels or on a sign in the lobby. But What Watson has created is a storytelling engine between the relationships we see in the typography to the grid work and how it mimics the architecture of a city. Together, it all really reflects the grit of a modern city. Overall, it's messy in a way that feels intentional and curated. Now, if I had to change something, I would have really loved to have seen the introduction of a secondary color or even a secondary color palette. Green is a very calming color. And if you want to capture the grit and the energy of a modern city, I would have loved to have seen a color that brings that energy, right? Thinking of like a brick red, right? That helps dial in that city storytelling even further, or something like something bright, like gold, to really contrast against that green. But again, this is great work. It proves a point that I've made on this show before. You can be part of a corporate giant like Hilton while still having enough design prowess to lead the culture. PepsiCo and their in-house team is a great example of that. Motto is anchoring its brand execution in storytelling and purpose-driven aesthetics, and it's a blueprint for how hospitality can stay relevant in an ever so competitive environment. But I want to hear from you. Does this feel like a breakthrough for Hilton, for Motto, or is this just another hipster lifestyle hotel brand? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to support the show by giving this episode a like, and of course, by hitting that subscribe button. I've been Ziggy the Designer. If there are two things you need to know about me, it's that one, I love graphic design, and two, I'm very opinionated. I'll talk with y'all later. Bye-bye.